Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Yoga Nidra. I'm excited to do this with you today. I'm excited for those of you who've never tried Yoga Nidra. It's one of my favorite practices. Ah, yeah. So, just a brief introduction to Yoga Nidra, because I want to leave most of the time for our practice. Yoga Nidra is also known as yogic sleep. Nidra means sleep in Sanskrit. And Yoga Nidra personally has been a savior for me. It has helped me so much with anxiety and that feeling of feeling tired but wired. So that's where it came in really handy during like residency and medical school when I was so tired, but my nervous system just kind of felt wired, like I couldn't rest. And so it can be really good for that feeling. Um, Essentially, Yoga Nidra is deep relaxation. There are steps and stages, but I'm not going to get into that. And I want you just to get a chance to experience it. Um, the idea is not necessarily to fall asleep, and teachers differ and vary on their opinions about this. I personally think that if you fall asleep, you're probably overtired, and let's not worry about it. Because in Yoga Nidra, I'll be taking you on this journey where you're in this liminal space. You're in this space kind of in between sleeping and waking. And so it's inevitable that you're going to drift into sleep at points and then you'll come out of it. Um, some of you won't. Some of you will get deeply relaxed. And some of you won't maybe feel relaxed. And so there's no right or wrong way to do Yoga Nidra. I love Yoga Nidra because the point is really to release any striving, to release any sense of trying to do something or trying to get somewhere. It really is about letting yourself rest and helping the body learn how to release that patterning of fight or flight, that sympathetic nervous system, that fight, flight, or freeze that is running so constantly in so many of us. It is very supportive of the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of our nervous system that activates the rest and digest um, elements of our body. So it's a great practice to do many times a week. I know people that this is their primary practice. They do this instead of meditation. There's many, many different guided yoga nidras online, on Insight Timer, on YouTube. You can listen to this one if you end up enjoying it. Um, so yeah, I think the other important thing to say is that if you tend to be somebody who falls asleep really, really easily, like if you have sleep apnea or something like that, and you want to not fall asleep, you can, when you're laying down, you can leave you can put your arm by your side. So if you imagine my body's supine laying down, and then my hand is pointing up towards the ceiling. Um, so that way, if your hand starts to drift down, it'll wake you up. But um, for most people, I don't recommend that. I just recommend that you allow yourself to drift in and out of these states of consciousness. And the invitation is just to trust that you're going to hear what you need to hear. And it's not even so much about the words, it's much more about the energy that your body is getting into and the brain waves that your system is learning how to align with. So if you've been looking at the screen since I'm talking to you, now allow yourself to either turn the screen away or um, close your computer part way, or just put your earbuds or your earphones in and start to make your way, if you haven't already, to your cozy space. And this could be your bed, it could be a couch, it could be several pillows or mats on the floor, but you want to be as comfortable as possible because you're going to be laying there for a while. Um, the classical yoga nidra position is like shavasana if you do yoga. So you're laying on your back and your arms are out and your palms are facing up. Um, but I also always say the ultimate thing here is for you to be comfortable. So if having your palms up feels weird on your shoulders, have your palms down, or maybe even put a hand on your heart and a hand on your stomach. I'll often do yoga nidra like that because I find it comforting. Um, if laying on your back flat is not an option, if that it doesn't work for your body, I would definitely recommend putting a bolster or pillow underneath your knees for your low to support your low back. Definitely put something soft underneath your head so that doesn't start to hurt. Just get as cozy as possible, I guess, is the simplest way to put it. And there may be those of you that need to be somewhat upright. And so, like a recliner would be ideal for that. Or if you have one of those beds that can go up and down, that would work. You can do yoga nidra in a chair. It will just be hard for you to let all your muscles relax because obviously, if that happened, you would fall off the chair. So, um, and you can also lay on your side. It again is not the classical yoga nidra position, but if you're really uncomfortable on your back, or you've just had surgery and you can't lay on your back, or whatever, be comfortable. Just be comfortable. So, and your body will probably cool down as we go, as the body relaxes, the temperature goes down usually. Um, so make sure you have a blanket on you, at least on your feet. And usually people keep their eyes closed. Again, if you have a trauma history and you need to keep your eyes open because that feels safer, that's fine too. But the idea is definitely to allow yourself to go inward and to do everything you can to support that inward process. So let's just begin. If you want to lie down, get into your cozy spot if you're not already. Just begin by taking some deep breaths into your belly. Deep breath in, filling up the belly first, and then the lungs, and then a brief hold if that's comfortable for you at the top of the inhale, and then a really, really slow exhale. See how slow you can make it. Another deep inhale. Brief hold, almost as if you were filling up the body from the belly on up to the top of the head. And then releasing slowly anything you've brought in with you today, any worries, planning, scheduling, grocery lists. Just allowing the next 40 minutes to be just for you, just for you, just for your self care, just for your sense of rest and ease. And now take the opportunity to see, are there any parts of your body or any positioning that you could shift or change to be like a little bit more comfortable? Is there anything you need to adjust? Is the invitation in a little bit will be to try not to be fidgety, you know? If you need to move because something hurts or you realize you'd be a lot more comfortable that way, then at any point do that, of course. But the fidgetiness can get in the way of dropping deeper into this deeper state of consciousness. So adjust, wiggle, do whatever you need to do, and see if you can find a nice resting point. Good. Yeah. And just remembering that you're going to hear some of what I say, and you're not going to hear some of what I say. And the idea is that you're going to drift in and out and just come back to the sound of my voice when you come into awareness. Follow along, but don't worry about, oh, I missed this or that. That's not a problem in Yoga Nidra. It's quite the opposite. It's the idea to drift in and out. So just allowing yourself to be here, to show up however you are right now. We also can't force relaxation. We can only invite it. So, I know sometimes I'll get uptight if I feel like I have to be a certain way. You don't need to be any certain way. Bring all of you to this practice. Be exactly as you are. If you're feeling fidgety or anxious, it's okay. It's not a problem. There are no problems here. Everything is welcome and everything is allowed. And so, beginning, we're going to set an intention, or what we might call a sankalpa. And a sankalpa is a positive statement. This Yoga Nidra practice actually is a very powerful transformative agent. And so we can use it for relaxation, but we can also use it to get at these deeper subconscious parts of our own minds that we can't access through the normal thinking mind. And so many people, as they experiment more with Yoga Nidra, they realize what a powerful agent for change it can be. So, the Sankalpa that I'm inviting you to consider creating is going to be very simple. It will be one sentence. And I want you to feel into what your heart's deepest longing is right now. Maybe it's to feel a sense of belonging or love, connection. Maybe it's to feel an abundance financially or an abundance of friendships. It can be really, truly anything that your heart is desiring. And then the way you're going to form the phrase is it's going to be a positive statement. So, and you're going to act as if this is already true. So, if you desire to be surrounded by love, you would say, I am surrounded by love. And then you're going to imagine how it would feel. And again, this is we're using our imagination. We're making it up. Imagine what it would feel like to be surrounded by love, or whatever your particular sankalpa is. So I'm going to stop talking for a couple of minutes, let you feel into what you want your sankalpa to be, and then we'll move forward together in a couple of minutes. And if you already have your sankalpa, what I would suggest is just start repeating it in your mind. I am free. I am surrounded by love. Whatever the one phrase is, just repeat it and start to imagine what it would feel like, what it feels like, imagining this thing is already true. Imagining that you already have this thing, this quality, if it's a quality you're developing. The Sankalpa is a work in progress if you decide to take this on as a regular practice. So don't worry about it being perfect. Just take whatever you have now. And I want you to repeat it 3 times in your mind's eye, feeling into what it would feel like as if this is already true for you. Good. Now we're going to move into a body scan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to name a body part. And I want you to imagine a pinpoint of blue light at that body part. If it's a joint, you can imagine it in the center of the joint. If it's a larger body part, just imagine a blue light some point in that body part. It's going to move sort of quickly. We're not thinking about the body part. You're just allowing your consciousness to travel along with the sound of my voice, allowing your awareness to move to each new blue light on the body. So I'm not going to say blue light every time. You're just going to know that you're picturing a pinpoint of blue light at this body part, beginning with the right big toe, pinpoint of blue light. Right second toe, right third toe, right fourth toe, right fifth toe, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, inside of the ankle, outside of the ankle, calf muscle, the front of the shin, right knee, back of the right knee, right thigh, right hip bone, belly button, middle of the chest, middle of the throat, right shoulder, right upper arm, right elbow, right forearm, tip of the right thumb, tip of the right pointer finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right pinky, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, left shoulder, left upper arm, left elbow, left forearm, left wrist, left thumb, left pointer finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left pinky finger, palm, back of the hand, throat, chin, lower lip, upper lip, roof of the mouth, nose, left jawbone, right jawbone, left ear, right ear, third eye, crown of the head, third eye, left eye, right eye, throat, left lung, right lung, heart space, solar plexus, navel, area just below the navel, back body, feeling the low back, blue light middle back, blue light upper back, blue light back of the neck, blue light pelvis, blue light genitals, blue light left hip, left upper leg, left knee, back of the knee, shin, left calf, inside of the ankle, outside of the ankle, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, left smallest toe, left next toe, left middle toe, left second largest toe, left big toe. Now, imagine the body infused with blue light, surrounded in a comforting, cooling blue light, calming, calming every cell of the body. Now, beginning to imagine that your body is becoming more and more heavy. You are releasing your body more and more to the pull of gravity. You are allowing the earth to hold you and cradle you. Feel the downward pull of gravity. Feel as your muscles surrender to gravity and soften. You might imagine having a weighted blanket on top of you, or sandbags. Feel the body getting more and more heavy. The muscles releasing more and more with each passing moment. And then imagine in your mind's eye someone lifting off that weighted blanket or the sandbags and feel the body get light. Imagine the body is just starting to float just a little bit off of your resting spot, starting to feel light as a feather. Imagine what it would feel to feel light as a feather. Now shift and imagine the sense of cold. Imagine being surrounded by snow and ice, and the body getting very, very cold, shivering, maybe even. Feel cold. Imagining cold, imagining snow all around you. And then release cold and imagine warmth, imagine coziness, imagine a fire, imagine the body resting into the warmth and stillness. Feel the warmth, feel the heat. and the coziness. And now visualizing yourself allowing the body to stay restful while you take an imagination journey with me. And I want you to picture a beautiful place. Maybe it's something in nature, maybe it's something in your home, or something that you've never seen before and can only imagine. But I want you to picture walking through this place and bring in all your senses. Imagine what you're seeing, the colors, the textures of what you're seeing, the detail. Imagine the beauty of what you're seeing. Creating your ideal, nurturing, safe, comforting space. And then imagining sound, if there is sound, if you want there to be sound. Maybe there's music or birds or some other soothing sound. Hear it. Feel your body relax to it. Feel yourself enveloped in the sound, held by the sound. And then notice if there's any physical touch sensations. Maybe you're touching a tree, or you have a soft, very, very soft blanket, or maybe you have a purring cat on your lap, or a soft dog next to you. So bring in the element of touch into your imaginative, beautiful sanctuary. Make it alive. Bring in smell, beautiful or comforting smells or smell. Breathe it in. Let it soothe you. Imagine that the smell can, again, just like the sound, it can envelop you in comfort, like a blanket. Maybe there's a taste in your mouth. Maybe there's a soothing or comforting taste. Maybe not. It's up to you. Whatever brings you the most comfort and nurturing right now. So continue to see and hear and smell and taste and feel your sanctuary. You may be walking, you may be resting, but see yourself very clearly in this space. And then imagine that you get the feeling that there is a loving presence with you. And this loving presence may take the form of someone you know, may take the form of an animal, may take the form of you or you as an older person, may take the form of someone who has died. It may take the form of a being that is affiliated with a spirituality or with your religion. Could be Buddha, Mother Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, anyone you feel a resonance with. And the thing about this being, however you are picturing this being, is that they are emitting a light. It's bright and clear, but you're still able to look at them. But they're like glowing, this pure light. And there's this feeling of absolute safety and calm in their presence. There is this feeling of unconditional love and acceptance. They look at you with the most tender eyes, eyes that when you look at them, you know that they know everything about you. They know everything you've done, everything you've said, everything you're proud of, everything you want to hide, everything you don't want anyone to know, everything you're ashamed of. And they see it all and they are beaming at you. They are absolutely beaming this glowing, unconditional love and bright, pure light. And you are breathing it in. You're taking it in. And in their presence, you get the sense that everything you've been concerned about or worried about, it's like they're sending you the message that everything is happening in perfect timing, even when it looks super messy, even when it's confusing and chaotic, even when you don't understand. They give you the opportunity to ask them a question or to ask for something you may want from them. Could be a hug or could be for you to be held by them. Could be a question that you've had and you want some wisdom. So take this time now to open to this being in front of you and ask for what you need. Or if you have a question, ask the being and just wait. And rather than using your mind, just see if you can stay resting in your body and your heart. And sometimes the answer may come in this session, and sometimes it may come later through dreams or downloads or intuitions. So just allow things to be as they are, release the expectations. And then bowing or nodding or in your own way, bringing this encounter with this being to a close, knowing that you can always come back to this sanctuary and to this being whenever you need to, thanking them, coming back into your sense of your own body, feeling your own body, and remembering your sankalpa, your statement, and saying that inwardly in your mind's eye 3 times now, feeling that it has already come true. In a moment, our practice of yoga nidra will be complete. I will count from 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The practice of yoga nidra is now complete. Very, very slowly, I invite you to start to move your fingers and toes. Do not get up yet. Start moving your body however it feels good. And eventually, if you'd like to, you can come to find a resting spot on your left side using your bicep as a pillow, if that positioning is accessible to you. And if it's not, just find your own comfortable way of moving. Really gently, slowly coming back into this more external way of being. Many of you have gone very internal. So if you're able to be slow and gentle, I would really encourage that. Not having to jump right back into cognitive mind just yet. Just rest here for a bit. And for those of you who have the time and you want to just stay laying down, maybe you're just feeling so relaxed, you want to just rest now. You want to maybe turn this off and just be in your own internal space. By all means, if you can do that, I would invite that before anybody goes, and we will have time for questions. But before anybody goes, I just want to mention that we are going to send out a request for feedback, not just about this session, but about the last couple months of sessions that Adrian and I have led. And I would really love for you to be honest and let us know. Yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know if you have feedback or constructive criticism, things that you like, things that didn't work for you. We really want to know so that we can, obviously, everybody's different, but we would love to keep on improving this and meeting people where they're at. So we would love to know your experience of both Adrian and I as teachers and anything else that arises for you. I'm just going to take a moment before we do Q&A to dedicate our practice. May the fruits of our practice today spread outwards in all directions and help to end the suffering of all beings everywhere. I bow to each one of you. Thank you for taking the time and energy. Oh, I'm at the library in one of their conference rooms and the lights go off every so often. So, yeah, thank you for taking the time to go inward, to care for yourself. As I've said before, it's how we change the world little by little, just starting right here with this self-compassion, with this gentleness, and finding tenderness, and allowing for whatever is arising in our own experiences. So thank you. Yoga Nidra is a great practice for that.